Buy now, pay later loan problems, and more Americans are priced out of the real estate market. Hi, it's Edward, back with another video. Please take a moment to click the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing to the channel. Please also share this video with your friends. Thank you for your support. Today, I read several financial news articles. I've included links to the articles in the description below. I encourage you to read the articles to support the authors and news sources. As a private American citizen, I'd like to report and share my transformative thoughts through commentary regarding small sections of these articles that are of public interest. Today, I read an article on CNBC.com written by J.J. McCorvey titled, "I am so scared of them now. Burned from overspending. Some buy now, pay later users warn others away." According to the author, many consumers find buying now and paying later a godsend when cash is tight. Others are wishing they'd paid up front to avoid paying later. Well, my friends, I am stunned by how popular buy now, pay later loans have become recently. These companies were definitely at the right place at the right time. Many American consumers being impacted by inflation are left with few choices. Some need groceries to feed their family, and a buy now, pay later loan may be the only way. Understand, there are people who are desperate, and buy now, pay later loans are a simple short-term solution. Note I said a short-term solution. In the long run, you are going to have to pay off this debt. Here's the problem with these buy now, pay later loans. If you don't have the money to buy something today, how are you going to have the money in the near future to pay off these buy now, pay later loans? It's kind of like people who use payday loans in the sense that they are just delaying the inevitable. Understand, I'm not bashing people who use buy now, pay later loans or payday loans. Some people have few options because they are struggling financially in this new economic reality in our country. I truly feel bad for people who are having financial problems. I just wish they could find another way to deal with their problems other than resorting to buy now, pay later loans or payday loans. The author of this article calls attention to some people who took out buy now, pay later loans for things they didn't necessarily need to survive. For example, the author discussed a 27-year-old woman who planned a day trip to the beach with her 2-year-old son, and she spent $800 on Amazon purchases, including a tent, new outfits, and a sandcastle kit. She used the buy now, pay later provider Affirm to cover the purchases. I don't want to judge this woman. I'll just say this is not something that I would do. A 2-year-old is unlikely to even remember that day trip to the beach or the sandcastles that they built together. I'm a frugal guy, and I probably focus on the future too much at times. With that said, if I had a 2-year-old son, I wouldn't be spending $800 to take him on a day trip to the beach. I'd be living beneath my means so that I could free up cash to invest in a 529 plan for his future qualified education expenses. I'd also make sure my financial situation was on sound footing because I'd want him to grow up and not have to feel financially insecure. These buy now, pay later loans are everywhere nowadays. When I shop online, I see these being offered as a way to pay for items. I think it is very tempting for many consumers. Some people want it now, and they will worry about how to pay for it later. In my opinion, this is very short-sighted, but that's just me. The author of this article referenced a report from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which found last year buy now, pay later loan users had higher credit card utilization rates and lower credit scores than non-buy now, pay later loan borrowers. Many appear to be leaning on the installment loans while also shouldering high rates of revolving credit card balances. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think this makes perfect sense. I am sure some people know how difficult it is to deal with credit card debt due to the high level of interest being charged these days. So they may be tempted to buy now and pay later using these loans so they don't incur any interest as long as they pay off the loans during the predetermined payment periods. I am confident some individuals think they can pay these loans off, but then reality hits them in the face. The author of this article referenced the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's report again, which revealed Black consumers were 65% more likely to borrow on buy now, pay later loans than the general population, followed by Hispanic consumers, 47%, and female consumers, 35%. The author also cited a woman who had been using buy now, pay later loans for 3 or 4 years for designer clothes, handbags, and Apple devices. She ended up with $9,000 in debt. Well, my heart goes out to this woman. $9,000 is nothing to sneeze at. I don't know this woman's situation, and I don't want to judge anyone. I personally would never go into debt to buy designer clothes. I'm a guy, so I have no interest in handbags, and I'd only buy expensive Apple devices with cash if I can write them off as a business expense. I try to purchase inexpensive clothes that will look decent down the road. Sometimes designer clothes go out of style quickly, and secondhand clothes really aren't worth very much money. If I don't have cash to buy something, then I don't buy it. Now, there are a few exceptions. For example, there was a time in my life where I did finance income-producing real estate, but that made sense because leverage allowed me to purchase a lot of properties, and the income from the tenants was paying the mortgages. I'd never go into debt to buy clothes or electronics. I try to avoid buying things that depreciate quickly. What do you think about this buy now, pay later loan phenomenon in our society? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Some consumers may want to avoid buy now, pay later loans, credit cards, and payday loans and start living beneath their means so they can save up to buy a house and get out of the very expensive rental market. This will be a challenge for some people to do. The author of the next article explains why. I read an article on Yahoo Finance written by Gabriela Cruz Martinez titled, "Homebuyers Need to Earn 80% More Than They Did in 2020 to Afford a Home in Today's Market." According to the author, home prices are up 42% since 2020, but because both rates and borrowing costs have skyrocketed, you need to earn 80% more to comfortably afford a home in today's market. Median incomes have risen just 23% over the past 4 years, leaving many people out of the running for homeownership. Well, my friends, this is what happens when trillions of dollars are printed and interest rates are kept artificially low for too long. The period of cheap and easy money resulted in a mess for people who are dreaming of home ownership. The author of this article went on to indicate a household earning $59,000 a year in 2020 could afford a typical home priced at about $240,815. Today, those shopping for a home need to earn $106,000 annually to afford a median-priced home for $342,941. One thing the author didn't mention is that a lot of these homes are worn out with a lot of deferred maintenance. The people who barely scrape together the money to buy one may be on the hook for a lot of expensive repairs in the future. I was talking with a mortgage loan originator recently who told me that he's had a lot of deals fall apart after the inspection and appraisal because the homes were in such bad condition. The bank wouldn't finance the homes. That's pretty bad. Now understand, he doesn't do FHA loans, which are often a lot pickier about the condition of homes. His financial institution just deals in conventional and insured conventional products. Some of these properties must have had some serious problems for the bank to decline financing. I really feel bad for some first-time homebuyers who are rushed through the home buying process because the real estate agents want to earn their commissions and the mortgage professionals and title company staff want to get their money. Some people get caught up in the process and end up buying homes they probably should have tried walking away from, depending on the terms and conditions of the purchase agreement. Some buyers end up with a mess on their hands with little cash to deal with the problems once they are given the keys. Once you sign the closing documents and get the keys, life can get real. For new home buyers who have no clue how expensive it is to deal with contractors, they often get sticker shock. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I found some of them to be interesting. One commenter said, "Thanks to institutional buyers like BlackRock, who have been buying up single-family homes since the bottom of the last housing meltdown, unfortunately, the elevated price level benefits them as it reduces competition." The next commenter said, "No one can afford a home or a car or retirement anymore. The BLS says that the median wage is $22 per hour, and the St. Louis Fed says that the median home is $436,000, or about 10 times the median wage." Please note that our parents could buy a home at about 2.5 times income, so the economic gains are going into the pockets of billionaires, not hardworking Americans. The last commenter said, "Housing prices are a function of income. This is the basic rule. Did income rise 80% in the same period to match the rise in home prices? Therefore, a correction is inevitable. Things always correct. Anywhere in the world, it will eventually correct." Well, my friends, there have been a lot of people predicting a housing market correction for years, which hasn't come to fruition. I think there is a strong possibility we could see a correction in commercial real estate. Regarding a correction in residential real estate, I'm a lot more skeptical. Only time will tell. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.